listen to this, man. He got some good news for you. Hey, man, listen. Hey, everybody, gather near. The doctor's in the house, so lend him your ear. The things he can say might even make your day. He might even help your pain go away. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor is in the house. Welcome, everyone, to episode 582, which will be somewhat brief, but I think an important message for today. So welcome, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the podcast on energy and mitochondria. You're going to be hearing more and more of that, especially the methylene blue and photomodulation using red light. And as we go down the road, you'll find out more and more people are going to be discussing this and discussing it as the root cause of most diseases, because the mitochondria are our powerhouses. They supply our energy. They affect our immune system. They affect autophagy, which means getting rid of dead cells and making room for new cells. And I am proud to say we on Dr. Ron Unfiltered, Uncensored have been discussing this for over 4 years. And it's good to see the mainstream putting out some articles, especially Joe Mercola, on this subject. So with an attitude of gratitude, I'm going to jump in today and try not to go down too many rabbit trails on this topic. And it basically revolves around how your brain takes out the trash while you sleep. Because we know, and I've talked about quality restorative sleep, that also recharges your energy. But while it's recharging your energy, that brain has to have a waste disposal system to flush out proteins linked to diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. They're called neurodegenerative diseases. And that system that it uses is a glymphatic one. And when I first reported this a couple of years ago, I didn't get too much response, but more and more people now are talking about the glymphatic system, and it ties into the lymphatic system, which is a circulation system similar to the arteries and veins in our bodies. So, I just hear so much about people having problems with sleep. Well, from listening here that I've always said that sleep is of critical importance. And it's important for your energy, your mood, and your memory. So we'll have to talk a little bit about what happens inside our heads when we sleep. I would normally say buckle up, but I don't know how this is going to go, because I just had the inspiration to talk about this about an hour ago, so it is not one I had a lot of time to prepare for. But we will jump into the glymphatic system, the brain's cleaning crew. They're the star of the show today. Think of this as your brain's personal cleaning crew. When you awake, your brain is busy managing all your thoughts, actions, and reactions, but it's not doing a lot of housekeeping. But that's where sleep comes in. When you sleep, the glymphatic system goes into overdrive. It flushes out waste products that build up while you're awake. The system is responsible for clearing out toxins like beta amyloid protein. Beta amyloid protein. You know what that's linked to, don't you? That's linked to Alzheimer's disease. It's pretty amazing, but the brain has this built-in mechanism to protect itself from degeneration. And as you guessed, it all happens while we sleep. And why? Well, researchers believe that when you sleep, the brain cells shrink slightly, creating more space for fluid to move between them, helping the lymphatic system flush out toxins. In fact, I've read studies where the lymphatic system, these tubules, increase in size by 60% to flush out these toxins. And why should you care? I think you already know, but it's not just about keeping your brain clean. It's about preventing long-term damage and maintaining your cognitive health. And you see how Alzheimer's disease is affecting a lot of people, and you see more and more people with Parkinson's disease. And sleep is critical for memory, creativity, emotional regulation. But, brain detox goes a step further. It's your brain's way of clearing out the garbage. What is garbage? That are byproducts of daily brain activity that could cause serious problems down the line. So we're trying to have a good night's sleep to prevent further problems, a preventative strategy. If your brain cannot properly cleanse itself of these toxins, increasing the risk of these neurodegenerative diseases, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and dementia, is basically increased if you don't clear out. So I want to have you think that it's not good to skimp on sleep time, because your brain needs that time to detox and reset. But it's not just for tomorrow. We're talking about preventative. It's for the future. We'll talk a little bit about timing and about sleep stages. Not all sleep stages are created equal when it comes to brain detox. The lymphatic system is most active during deep sleep, and that is called slow wave sleep, SWS for sure, as an acronym. This deep sleep phase typically occurs the first few hours of your sleep cycle, and it's crucial for brain detoxification. If you're not getting enough of this deep sleep, your brain may not be able to do its nightly cleanup. It may not be able to take the garbage out. And what can happen? You can have cognitive impairment. Your memory can get impaired. You could have brain fog. And other issues we often attribute to aging, but maybe they're just signs of chronic sleep deprivation and too much garbage in your brain. That's how important it is to get not just enough sleep, but high quality sleep. And it's important that we cycle through all the stages of sleep, particularly that deep sleep for optimal brain detoxification. And remember, that's called slow wave sleep. So I'm not going to go in today about what the lymphatic system, what it's all involved in. That's in a prior podcast anyway. But, as we age, removing waste is really critical for our health, for our brain health. There's articles going back to 2014 talking about this lymphatic system and cleaning out these proteins that make our brain vulnerable to Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and dementia, but not a lot of attention has been given to it. But we want to get these neurodegenerative toxins, these amyloid toxins, out of our brain. And we don't want to have, we want to try and keep our brain as healthy as our bodies. So what causes our lymphatic systems to get congested? Well, chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is one of the causes, as we've talked about over the past couple of weeks, that interfere with mitochondrial health and cause mitochondrial dysfunction. Blood sugar always comes in. Our diet always plays a part in it. And if we have too much sweets in our diet, we're going to have congestion in our brain. If we have too much stress in our lives, we're going to have brain congestion. If we eat too much processed and ultra-processed foods, These toxins will affect our brain. And what did we say the past couple of weeks? They are one of the factors affecting mitochondria, causing mitochondrial dysfunction. And of course, mold and viruses chronically in our environment will affect our brain and cause chronic inflammation and accumulation of toxins. So this lymphatic system, it only kicks in really at night. And there are studies showing that our brain shrinks down about 60%. Why would you think that's important? Well, that's how the brain squeezes out the toxins into the system to take them out of the brain. So prioritize sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good nutrition plan. Eat anti-inflammatory foods. Intermittently fast. And that could be just from 7 at night to 7 in the morning, or 8 to 8, 12 hours, or 16 hours would be even better. Get some regular exercise. Try to reduce your stress with an attitude of gratitude and meditation. Massage therapy actually is pretty good because it gets all the lymphatic tissue stimulated and gets your lymphatic system active. The parent essential oils, omega-3 and omega-6, in physiological doses, not pharmacological doses, really important. And also for good night sleeping, the use of red light therapy. I'm going to just go down a little bit of rabbit trail here. What are pro-inflammatory foods, you say? Well, that's refined grains, whole grains and flour products, deep fried foods, processed and ultra processed and packaged foods, definitely. Grain-fed meats and eggs, fast foods. And I call it soda, but my Midwestern friends call it pop. Pro-inflammatory. Commercial salad dressings, most of them have trans fats and are pro-inflammatory. And your seed oils are pro-inflammatory. So what's the answer? Well, grass-fed meat, wild game, poultry, lemons and limes to make your body more alkaline. You would think that it would make you acidic, but it actually increases the pH of your blood. Avocado and avocado oil. Green tea keeps popping up no matter what you read today. From COVID to anti-aging to longevity, green tea. Turmeric, wild-caught fish, apple cider vinegar. Again, it is not acidic. It'll increase your body's pH and make you more alkaline. Ginger, and of course, extra organic virgin olive oil, always good in your diet. Been around for thousands of years. Fermented vegetables. And coconut oil, which is a medium chain triglyceride oil. Good for cooking. Good to make that super coffee in the morning with a tablespoon in with your coffee to charge your brain up. And all your good herbs. Really important. So actually, a lot of the things that we're talking about, I've said it before, right? Lifestyle changes. They affect your genetic profile better than anything else. There's been that I know of, no disease that's been cured by gene therapy because 92% of our genetic makeup can be controlled by lifestyle changes, the epigenetics. So, ladies and gentlemen, stick to a good sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Optimize your environment. Keep your bedroom cool. Keep it dark as possible. Keep it quiet. Consider blackout curtains. And if necessary, consider a white noise machine. Limit your caffeine and alcohol because they can interfere with your sleep cycle, particularly that deep sleep portion that you need to detox your brain. Exercise regularly. Watch what you eat before you go to bed. Heavy meals can disrupt your sleep pattern. Wind down. Have a period of time when you get ready to sleep. Turn off the Wi-Fi. Limit the amount of blue light that you get into your body. Take a relaxing bath. Sip on some herbal tea. I mean, nothing crazy, but that'll get your brain into to be able to detox. And there are studies that show when you lie on your side, your brain detoxes better. And maybe one last word, and that is, so you have a brain that has been detoxing at night. It's shrinking down because it's squeezing out the toxins. And when you get up in the morning, wouldn't it be, you think, a good idea to rehydrate that brain? I think so. I think it's really important. So I recommend 8 to 12 ounce glass of water when you wake up in the morning. You can put some apple cider vinegar in it. And just like you wouldn't pour a whole bucket of water on a dried plant, sip that water. Let it get absorbed into your system. Hope that makes some sense to you. And I think what we'll do is maybe just that'll be it for today, and we'll talk next podcast maybe on an alkaline lifestyle, what it takes to keep your body in an alkaline state. I think that would be important. I also found a note that I had here that during sleep, the canals that form the lymphatic system increase by about 60%. Oh, I did tell you that. Yeah, they do. They do get big. They want to do their job. So in summary, sleep is not just a luxury. It's a necessity biologically. It's necessary for a healthy brain. So prioritize the quality of sleep you're getting. Your brain needs time to detox and recover. And the benefit is you'll have lasting impacts on your cognitive health and overall well-being. So when you put your head down tonight, remember that while you're resting, your brain is hard at work cleaning up and preparing you for another day. Hope you enjoyed about today's little lesson on the brain's amazing, and it is amazing, detox process during sleep. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Sign in up for a Podbean app, and you'll find out when I do live podcasts and regularly scheduled podcasts. And the podcast is called Dr. Ron, Unfiltered, Uncensored. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for today. I appreciate your listening, and we'll have Freddie take us home. And remember, there are a lot of things that are going to happen in this next 6 weeks, and you must handle the truth.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
What do you...
We have to really be able to handle the truth, both in our daily lives and in how we handle our body, because there's so much deceit. And I don't even want, you know how I talk about doctors being the third leading cause of death. But when you read headlines from Children's Health Defense, pharma paid $1.06 billion for reviewers of top medical journals. Don't you think they're going to get the reviews they want? Don't you think, like with the statin drugs, they're going to have doctors telling you about the cholesterol derangement syndrome, as it's called by some people? And it's proven now that, if you want a healthy brain, you have to have a lot of cholesterol. That the lower it is, the more you're going to develop problems in your brain. But they pay people to get the results they want so they can sell their drugs. They want you as a client forever. Keep getting those refills. All right, before I go down another rabbit hole and get in trouble, that's it. Have a great time. I'll talk to you again. Bye.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron's finished for the day. I hope you got some good wisdom for what the man had to say. If it's all about good health, he's the man you got to see. He has a lot more answers for you. So tune in next week when the doctor is in the house. Or when the doctor is in the house. And let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. So if you have a pain, call the doctor. If you have a strain, call the doctor. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. Or when the doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. See you next week.